Hapa tunasema asi na kuwe. Anyway, welcome back to the show. This is Hope at Dawn. My name is Beatrice Watare.
My name is George Kishuro.
Yes, and we are back for the newspaper review. We do hope that you're having an amazing time right here. Remember to send in your feedback, by the way. We would love to hear from you. 0708-222-323 is our WhatsApp number. But I was just saying asi na kuwe. Yeah, you know, the way people from that region of Mutinda, Ndiko Mutinda. So I am seeing here, I'm seeing here licensed to kill. Oh my goodness! I wish people could see this. I don't know if our camera person can zoom this one, but I see here impunity. Boda riders across the country are a law unto themselves. Mostly unlicensed, they speed on the wrong lanes, jump traffic lights, and ride on pedestrian walkways while carrying excess passengers and huge loads right under the noses of police officers. And this has only served to fuel a trail of broken limbs, avoidable death, and devastated families. And I see here a guy. Yani, I don't know if you can see this, Gigi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Imagine 6 sacks.
Yeah.
And it's the big one.
Yeah.
Not the small sacks, the big. And they are piled onto one another. And then we ameketi hapo juu.
At the top.
At the top.
Well, for me, so at the top.
Oh my.
Nothing when it comes to any protective gear.
No seat belts.
No what is it called? No helmet.
Imagine.
No shin pads. Nothing. Nothing. Anasema ai mwanaume ni kugwarwa.
Look at that. I mean, I don't know if our camera person can even zoom
it.
Because it's actually you can just see how, I mean, this is a whole piling.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now,
look
the funny
at
thing,
that.
The funny thing, if you look at the front of that motorbike, there is a helmet.
Yeah.
Instead ya weke kwa kichwa yake, ameweka kwa kichwa ya pikipiki.
Gigi.
Your wisdom nayo, it's on another level.
I mean, look at that. Look at that.
But when it comes
and this
to
is on our road.
Boda.
Oh my.
They are law unto themselves.
Yes.
And God forbid, in case there is an accident involving one of them, I don't know where they come from.
Okay.
They don't want to know who was on the right. They
who
don't want to know who was on the wrong. They just come and pounce and Yesterday I was in the CBD.
Yeah.
Karibu moja agonge watu. Pavement, unaona pavement, so traffic and everything. So for them, you know, they're always on a rush. And that's one. Number two, they really don't care about others.
Yeah.
It's all about themselves and them alone.
Yeah.
Pavement too. Na watu wanatembea. So watu actually, they had to move. You know why? You know now, I don't really sympathize with them when they are arrested. Yeah. Because hizi zingine ni wao wanajiletea.
I know, it's really unfortunate. And
actually, when I saw that, I remembered Kigali, Rwanda, and the order that is within Kigali, the city.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, actually, that was within the CBD itself. And then I was wondering, so why are we having all this mayhem, all this chaos?
Yeah.
Lights, as you said, they don't observe traffic lights, anything. I was wondering, how can we be able to tame? Because it's a rogue. It's a rogue system.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
It's
It's a rogue sector.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes even when there's traffic, you see them meandering through the cars and going like this and like that. It's even confusing.
That's why I vowed. Me boda came yezi ni beba.
Oh my
After that,
goodness.
let I walk.
Okay.
Yeah, better I
well, it's really sad because
it's risky.
It's really risky, and you know, pia hakunaga ile hata ile manners huwa hawana wakati mwingine, sorry to say. And sometimes you feel that kwanza kama unajua there's a certain limit of speed that a boda can go, and sometimes a car is behind, but huyu boda amengangana kukaa kwa lane ya magari. So it's like this guy is like mtu siasonge, na ndio hii pavement or that path that the boda boda can actually go on, but they
Yeah.
want to stay at the middle of the highway. That's where they want to.
Watu wa boda boda, the one thing you need to
Oh
remember,
my.
you are the body. So in case of anything, mwili yako ndio
Okay.
body.
The impact,
The
it
impact
will be on you.
will be on you.
No, like here our brothers here, helmet
Kwanza helmet
wamevalisha.
wameweka pale
Si
mbele.
hata angepea huyo mtu wako juu. Angalau.
Lakini amevaa nini? Maybe he's protected.
Na
Nimeona
mask.
kuna mask. Kuna face mask, so it will act as even a helmet. Yeah.
This is quite unfortunate. But I see here the statistics that 1 in 3 Kenyans who died in road accidents over the past 6 years was either riding on a motorcycle or was hit by the two-wheeled speed machines that hog roads and pedestrian walkways across the country. Altogether, motorcyclists and pillion passengers constituted 8,432 out of the 24,312 road accidents deaths reported between 2018 and 2023. Listen to this. Over the past decade, about 70,000 road accidents have occurred in the country, leaving more than 120,000 Kenyans and over 36,000 killed, many of them motorists, motorcyclists. These are huge numbers.
Those
Come
are
on.
people.
These are people.
Those are people.
These are people.
Yeah, families impacted.
Oh
People
my.
lost their sons, their daughters, husbands, wives because
Oh
of
my.
the same.
Yeah.
I pray that one day we will have order in that sector.
Yeah. Oh, we
yeah,
pray so
yeah.
too. We really, really pray so too. And I see on the second page, just quickly, I see Haiti mission still on. CS says despite escalating violence, a story that we've been covering for the last few days ago. I see Kenya plans to deploy 1,000 police officers to the Caribbean nation.
You know, that story still baffles me because
Yeah.
President alikuwa Prime Minister rather, he was in Kenya.
Yeah.
He's yet to return to Haiti.
They
took over the airport.
Oh my.
Yeah. Unamwambia uingie huku. And that's the president. So hata polisi wetu wataingilia wapi?
Okay. Over 1,000 in fact,
yeah.
the Caribbean nation. Oh my goodness. And I see more than 10 police stations and 2 detention centers have been attacked, resulting in the escape of more than 5,000 prisoners.
Imagine.
5,000.
You know, they assassinated their president 2021. Because even the current prime minister is in an acting capacity. Yeah. That's how serious the violence in that
country is serious.
Yeah. And I saw one of the gang leaders. He was saying that it will continue to escalate because he said it's either all of us are in paradise or all of us are in hell. That is what he said. But he said Haiti will not be a country for a select few who are thriving, but a vast majority are struggling. So he said we need a balance. And the balance will either be paradise for all of us or it's hell for all of us.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that was the pronouncement that I saw from that gang leader. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that is a story that you can find on page 2. You can read more of the same. I see leaders say ODM top seat, not just for Joho or Paranya. Mr. Odinga recently said if necessary, he would leave party's leadership to his deputies. And moving forward, I see Azimio names team for 2022 polls audit. I see coalition nominate former Attorney General Wako, ex-nominated Senator Pareno, and forensic expert Njirene. So you can go to page 5 and look at that story. And also see here on page 6 that deadly borders leave trail of broken. And that's the story that we were just talking about. I see a man here who has had broken limbs and all that. It's really, really unfortunate. Look at that story on page 6, and it's a reason for you to be careful. And even sometimes when you see kabisa, huyu mtu anaendesha bodaboda ni kama you are there to zusha, just talk and make sure that you're not found in that place. I see rural hospitals set to reject NHIF cards amid claims row. I see here Association of 400 hospitals in 43 counties plans to reject NHIF cards starting next month. Wow. Remember, now we are having the entrance of SHIF. So, and I see here non-salaried to pay yearly for the SHIF. 2.75% is the proportion of household income that a family family that does not earn a salary will be required to pay annually in order to access services under the Social Health Insurance Fund. That is on the back page. And lastly, on the sports page, Top Football League limps on after years of tinkering and meddling. Look at that story on page 35. That is the end of the road. Western Stima, Sony Sugar, Thika United, and Chemelil Sugar among clubs that have collapsed. Look at that story on the own goal segment that is on the Kenya's football crisis.
Right, looking at the Standard, and it's another sad story here. Infidelity, murder, and bizarre rant. Crime of passion. So Evans Kosgei made scary remarks about his wife, Jacqueline Kimayo, accusing her of cheating and warned of dire consequences on his social media platforms, tagged newsrooms and even the police. Then he did the unthinkable.
What?
Slaughtered his wife, and then
Jesus.
he hanged himself. So those are the we have the inset photos of Jacqueline and Evans. So rest in peace, my dear wife. I loved you. We promised each other so many things, but I did not know that I was alone in those plans. So that was Evans Kosgei, a security guard, and he wrote these on X. But then again, hanged himself. Sad story, sad story.
Very sad story. Guarding your heart.
That's
the conversation we need to have.
Terrible story. You can read that on page 4. This one you have also highlighted, Azimio picking team to audit 2022 elections. Kuria is faulting the state's illicit brews fight. Public Service CS Moses Kuria criticizing latest government bid to tackle alcoholism in central Kenya. Calls for soft and intellectual approach to the problem. You can read that on page 8. Something is cooking.
What is cooking?
Wanjege and Oparanya. So this is a new twist in ODM succession politics, as Deputy Party Leader Wycliffe Oparanya met Jimmy Wanjege of Safina amid his rivalry with former Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho. Did that on page 6. I also see Ruto yesterday was hosting Kenya Kwanza MCAs at State House. And Standard, they are saying what Ruto told Kenya Kwanza MCAs at State House meeting yesterday. You can read that on page 5. I also see inside the Financial Standard, moment of truth for Kenyatta's keen in 3.5 billion shillings land tussle. Judgment Day, the High Court ruling today is expected to bring to a close protracted battle with the wealthy Bid family dating back nearly 20 years over ownership of prime 443-acre land in Thika. Read that inside the pullout. Back page, the sports page. Just who will have the last laugh? Will Arsenal, Liverpool, or Manchester City win this year's Premier League? That is the question. There's just 1 point separating Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. And the question is now, who will have the last laugh? And also you can read the remaining fixtures, Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal, and who has tricky fixtures. Then I see FKF questions Mohammed's eligibility ahead of AGM. In a significant development within the Football Kenya Federation, presidential aspirant Hussein Mohammed has been barred from participating in the upcoming FKF annual general meeting. And you can read more details inside the Standard, back page of the Standard. Tusker and Bandari give Gor Mahia more reason to worry. Relegation battle intensifies as Nzoia Sugar, Shabana, and Mohoroni Youth fight for survival. That is on page 37 inside the Standard. Now, the Business Daily quickly. The front page, 400 rural hospitals to reject NHIF cards over 6 billion shillings debt. So patients will pay private hospitals in cash from Sunday. Association says members will opt out to cut losses. Right. Banks fight bid to limit right to sell loan property. So Kenyan commercial banks have opposed the petition seeking to compel them to obtain mandatory court orders before selling off any property charged as security for loans taken in the event of a default. You can read that on page 2 inside the BD. Then I also see new administrators named for Naivas family estate. The High Court has appointed Grace Wamboi and her brother David Kimani Mukuha as co-administrators of the estate of their late father and Naivas founder Peter Mukuha. It's all about inheritance.
Once again.
And I don't know.
Oh,
anyway, let me not say much.
Until we get to that point.
We
can't really say much. Because you don't know,
when you
the
get details.
Unaweza kuta mtu alikuwa ashapanga, ameshapanga kila kitu, you know.
But now, forget even about yule ambaye ameenda. Huyo shaenda, ako kwingine. Now, nyinyi, you who are remaining are siblings. This is same blood. This is your father's or your mother's, assets and everything. Why can't you just sit and agree and you benefit from these assets?
Even share equally. Whether you are the older, whether you're the younger, you all deserve.
As a former president like to say, irregardless. Irregardless of age, gender, status, just agree and enjoy. Whatever of your the fruits of your parents, because this is zenyu. And you see, you are setting a precedence. Ikiwa mnafaitia zenyu, hata watoto wako watafaitia zako.
It's a cycle.
Set a good example.
Oh my.
However small.
Okay. Gawaneni hizo milioni. Mostly it's a lot of
money. By the way, it's a lot of money.
But maybe to them it's little. For us, we can look at it and say, hey, wow, 60 million. But to them...
Contentment.
I know, right? Kwa wanaona ni pesa kidogo. Milioni? What do you mean? Contentment is great. It will make life easier for so many people if only they can be contented.
Exactly. But now you see, we want to amass.
Challenges
that we want to amass. It's only me, myself, and I. So I want to be the one sharing. I want to be the one standing out. I want to be the one bragging.
That is so much pride. And it's so unbiblical because in fact God was talking about this in the Bible. We are told of this story of this man who said, tomorrow I will do this, I have money, I have everything, and God is like, you fool, your soul is going to be required tonight. Hakuna kitu worth fighting for in this world, I'm telling you, except the love of God. Anyway, let us go for a break, for the song break. And then once we come back, of course, we'll be ushering the amazing guests who will be joining us in studio this wonderful morning. So we take a short break. We will be back in a few minutes.